Good morning, everyone. It's a patient toddler coming at you with another live stream. And in this one, we are going to go over the MiCA crypto regulations, just superficial, nothing too in-depth, but we are going to look at what it means a little bit, looking at the markets, how they are doing, what's coming up. Also going to talk a little bit about Rhys's appearance on the Ecomiverse live stream yesterday. What else do we have on the menu here that I see so far? And I'm going to share my screen after that. But first of all, hope you have a coffee ready when it is morning for you, at least. I got one for sure here before heading out into the hamster wheel. So yeah, let me know if you got your coffee as well, or if it's too late for that already. Yeah, we are going to talk about a lot of these regulations. We have a new drop on Veve coming up and some pretty good insights into how Veve is doing these days from yesterday. So that could be good. Now, welcome already who is here in the channel. Let me do some housekeeping first, as always. I'm not your financial advisor and just a crypto NFT investor, so please do your own research before you ape full degen into Bitcoin, crypto, altcoins, the Ecomi token, Veve collectibles, or whatever other investment opportunity that presents yourself here on the channel. Yeah, first of all, if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. We're going to go over everything related to VeChain, Veve, and crypto on this channel. Also, make sure to not miss out on the AMA recap from Dr. Profit there. And we have here, what do we have here? We had Z-Phaser here. I think that was last night when I accidentally put this live stream on midnight, but then the Ecomiverse was happening. And we have Keenan here in the channel. Welcome to the stream. That's going to be an interesting one. How are you doing, Keenan? Everything all right? So yeah, let's look at first at the market. Market pretty flat here. Get this window out. So less clumsy today than yesterday. So we got this. Then we also have the Ecomi token here coming up again from this massive sell-off. We are looking at the Ecomi token also daily here. So as explained yesterday, I believe maybe also this AMA from Rhys giving a little bit of fuel, because we somehow got someone yesterday talking about the Ecomi token again, which is for a long time basically nothing more than a head that appeared in the Binance AMA. But as explained yesterday, we had this many times, these little rallies in the Ecomi token. So it could be coming up and then just dropping down again like a bearish retest on this previous massive support that we had seen here. So that is what we have for the Ecomi token right now. Just wanted to talk this through with you. I think we could come back down to test these levels here. Yeah. Also, this is now the main point here for the morning news. In these days, the European Parliament basically approved a 571 pages legislation on crypto, and I think a lot of people are not really aware of what is really happening here, because that crypto regulation has been already set up half a year ago, but now it has passed, and I think it got little to no attention, even though it's really important, because it's the other way of dealing with crypto than the US does it. As we all know, that Gary Gensler is running wild in the US, trying to shut down each and every crypto project for different reasons and never succeeding, always shooting, but never presenting regulation. And the EU basically went ahead and tried to do something there. to make a common ground of legislation for all the 27 states in the EU. So let's look at this article here quickly together. So EU Lord's Comprehensive Regulation, as MiCA, as it's called, a crypto law passes. And by the way, Rhys has yesterday also presented this one, or not presented, but he has reference to this, that they are looking in how to implement the Ecomi token as this MiCA regulation is coming up in Europe, that they might be giving some user-based wallets for even for the OMI utility program and so on, so that basically users can take custody of their own. So there are some very interesting things in here, but let's look what it is. So the European Parliament has voted through landmark legislation on cryptocurrency, which will bring in new rules for the industry across the country bloc. Oh, we got Mr. K here. Good morning, Mr. K. How are you doing? I hope you're all right. And Keenan says he is good driving to work right now. So yeah, keep it on sound only. Don't watch the article there. Have a safe drive. So markets in crypto assets, which is the name of this legislation, MiCA, passed with 517 votes in favor, 38 against, and 18 abstentions, meaning that people or like parliamentarians were really hard in favor of this one. So there's no dispute. At a meeting in Strasbourg today. So today means that article is from the 20th, so already 5 days old. And that's where the European Parliament is, right? Crypto firms, including Binance, Coinbase, and Kraken, welcomed the passing of the landmark legislation, while Stefan Berger, the MEP who led the bill's creation, said in an emailed statement that Europe is now the first continent with comprehensive regulation for crypto assets. And that is also true. And therefore, the European region has basically passed the US in this. In order for new coins to be approved in the EU, it must be ensured in the future that their business model will not endanger our currency stability. So this is obviously to protect the EU, the euro in the EU, from being replaced by whatever crypto project. And therefore, they are mainly looking at stablecoins, as we will see later as well. Stablecoins and projects that try to be a substitute to currency. We all know that Bitcoin is not in danger for this regulation here because Bitcoin is not supposed to substitute a currency, more so being a store of value, something like something in between of digital gold, hedge against inflation, but also way more transferable. But in certain terms, I don't understand why so many people always put out that Bitcoin should be the new currency for whatever country that is failing, because it lacks one big factor, and that is exactly what every government wants to do, and that is print money. So it's a good hedge against that. But on the other hand, printing money and financing stuff where the money isn't for is a government instrument. I'm not saying that this is the right way, but this is the way that it happens right now. But let's look further here in this article. So the MiCA regulation means that the EU will have to, basically the citation here before was pretty important as well. The new supervisory structures will also be a bulwark against Lehman Brothers moments like crypto exchange FTX. And that is a pretty weird statement from the legislators, because how then the financial market is regulated with the banks, and yet Lehman Brothers moments happen in the banking system all the time. They happened in 2008, and they happened right now again with the Silicon Valley Bank, Signature Bank, and so on, with Credit Suisse. But yet they come out and say, hey, this is like FTX, which FTX was an outright scam. in an unregulated field, and now these regulators are basically leading the way with this. So I don't like this because it's a little bit of hypocrisy. TK just says, appreciate your videos and efforts to communicate info. We'll try to post in Discord for you. Thank you, man. Really appreciate if you spread the word, bring the stuff out here. The morning streams do not have as much engagement, but honestly, I don't care because I appreciate them and I get to hang out with a couple of you guys, and it will not substitute the evening streams, which I will still have one or two times per week. But I really want to do this morning look into what's going on in the world with you guys. So really happy if you're going to share that one in Discord. And also, it's not the move away from Ecomi or Veve, as some people accused me of a couple of days ago. On the contrary, I just want to provide some more context about why things are difficult for Ecomi and Veve, for example, today. And so that we get a more wholesome understanding here. Okay, so but let's look here at the next paragraph. So the MiCA legislation means that the EU will have to a unified approach to crypto asset regulation across all 27 member states. And for everyone who's watching this afterwards from the US or so, almost every legislation that the EU brings is trying to unify stuff, because in contrary to states, they really have to bring sovereign countries together that not always agree on everything. And it doesn't always work out, but especially in economic purposes, it's quite okay. So basically making it possible for firms approved in one country to passport their business into others with minimal additional paperwork. And that is the whole thing that the European Union tries to achieve there. And that's especially good for exchanges that then do not have to file in each of the 27 countries anymore to launch their business, which will especially bring power or fuel to the little exchanges that we have in Europe. But as we have seen, also Coinbase and Kraken and so on were appreciating that factor. But to achieve initial approval, firms will face much higher standards of disclosure, including the preparation of detailed white paper for each asset offered. Stablecoin issuers, meanwhile, are subject to even tighter rules, including holding sufficient cash back up to customer funds. Very interesting stuff. They are going hard on stablecoins for those two reasons. Basically, first of all, they don't want to have anyone issuing a functioning algorithmic stablecoin that then functions as a currency substitute. And on the other hand, they do not want the fraudulent algorithmic stablecoins or normal stablecoins that are issued, for example, by stuff like Terra Luna. And we had seen that with Do Kwon. MiCA will also, and that's really important here for us, MiCA will also ask crypto firms to report the environmental impact of their activities in a compromise measure after lawmakers removed an all-out ban on the proof of work mechanism from an earlier draft. So earlier draft had an all-out ban of proof of work, which obviously isn't going to happen. And they need to report now the environmental impact of their activities, which, first of all, is a good thing that Ecomi Veve has already this orientation into the green trend. And on the other hand, also another project that I cover frequently on my channel, VeChain, is basically the crypto project to make that happen, to report blockchain-based and tamper-proof all your activities. So if you are any company in the blockchain business, VeChain is your go-to, as also has been outlined here on this tweet from World of V. With MiCA regulations, a lot will change for the EU crypto environment. MiCA will be implemented by all members of the EU. Everybody will need to just imagine already having a carbon footprint registered for every transaction. And that is what VeChain is doing, and what VeChain is also providing for other countries, for other projects, not countries yet, but projects. So let's see here the rest of the article. While concerns have been raised about possible administrative burden of MiCA on small firms, many crypto companies have welcomed the European Union's recognition of the industry. And I think that is the main point here. These crypto firms, and it doesn't matter if you have a crypto project, because no matter what you are emitting a coin, you are basically already in these regulations, but you at least have a regulatory framework to base your actions on. So you don't know, or you don't have to be like in the US, you launch something and maybe 2 months after, Gary Gensler is after you with a SEC lawsuit, but based on no grounds, basically, and not creating any precedents. So yeah, in this sense, the European Parliament's adoption of MiCA today is a pivotal moment for the crypto industry in the region. And work of European policymakers should be seen as exemplary, said Tom Duff, Gordon, Vice President of International Policy at Coinbase. The region is recognizing the potential and societal promise that emerging technology can provide. The EU is stepping up to the mark, while other notable jurisdictions are struggling to provide a solid, cohesive regulatory framework, which is exactly what I was talking about, which is what the US is basically lacking. And now the Vice President of International Policy there at Coinbase is basically shooting a little bit in the direction of the SEC. And basically the EU wants to open up to the innovation in that space, and showing exactly what people in the US have been criticizing all the time with the SEC, that SEC is only interested in shutting down, not seeing the innovation purpose or innovation factor of crypto there. So that was pretty interesting, in my opinion. So one more on this, regulators get tough on crypto funds after FTX collapse, which is basically the exact contrary here. In the US, the securities and the SEC has rejected plans for a spot ETF holding Bitcoin directly. So once again, a spot ETF filing has been rejected by the SEC. Still no groundwork, still no regulatory framework how a spot ETF needs to look like to not be rejected. Just going out there and rejecting stuff. That's exactly what they're doing. And yeah, so that's basically on regulation what I wanted to show you. One more thing that came up in another article, hasn't been covered here, is about MiCA. That MiCA, where is it in this article, is not, it deliberately refrains from regulating decentralized finance. So DeFi is not part of the MiCA framework, or non-fungible token activities. So NFTs and DeFi are not part of this regulatory framework, which is very interesting, because before they have reference to not having these Lehman Brothers stuff anymore, but yet they exclude decentralized finance here, and they exclude non-fungible tokens, which in my opinion, well, makes sense, because NFTs are a whole nother story. NFTs are something that need their own regulatory framework, in my opinion. Mr. Cases, have you heard anything about some announcements on Friday about OMI? I have heard that there is going to come a community update, which is going to be, according to Alex G, according to some other sources, pretty big. If it has something to do with Ecomi, I don't know. But yesterday, Rhys was on channel, on Ecomiverse channel. Actually, I can pull this up here so that you can find it. So that was the live stream here that Rhys was on. And he has been bringing some insights into their basically processes. I've not watched the entire thing yet, because I've started watching the main part in the morning, but there were some pretty interesting things in there. However, I tend to right now bring this with a little bit more caution here, because obviously we have seen them coming on in the past 2 years and talking about Ecomi and making us bullish time and time again. But yeah, oh, actually it was Jordan Riz channel. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Justin. So you see there is a lot of content creators here. Crypto Rain is here. My Collectibles was here. I don't know exactly, because that was heavily crypto related, why My Collectibles was on that channel. But so Daniel Lee and Danny the Bull, they have a very strong, and also Crypto Rain, they have a very strong token focus. So that makes sense. But anyways, so this was interesting listening to. Rhys also told in this talk about, so first of all, he mentioned that MiCA regulation, which is why I'm bringing this up this morning. But on the other hand, he's also mentioning how they basically got in that position to not deliver on all the Ecomi side, which was basically explained by them having this technical debt from the bull run, and not really having set up technical teams that treat the Ecomi token. And now they have. So with bringing in Mitch and Nestor, they have overall technical structuring of the project. And he said in that stream that they have now real teams focusing on the integration of the Ecomi token, on the tokenomics, and so on. So whether that is true or not, I cannot say. I tend to at least doubt that there is significant progress until I see it, because obviously we know that in 22 and 21 we have heard much of the same talks. On the other hand, I want to believe that there is something going on. But for example, Rhys was also asked about the progress on OMI to NFT, and he had no clear information. He said that he would be being, after traveling, because he's traveling right now, being briefed about this in the next days, and then he would have some information in the next 1 or 2 weeks about when something could be coming out in terms of OMI to NFT. So yeah, I don't know if there's something really coming so soon as many people want and expect that. Yeah, but let me know here in the chat if you're not driving like Keenan. How do you feel about this? How do you feel about Rhys coming on? Because we haven't heard about Ecomi for a long time, and that's also the reason why the price is fairly down, fairly in the gutter, like we see right now here. Yeah, so let me know about this. And while we do that, we can look at some other stuff here regarding Ecomi and Veve, as we are going to do it now, hopefully many times per week in the morning. Also, please, guys, we have around 10 people in here. If you could do me the favor and smash the like button on the stream, then the algorithm will take it on. I've posted this here or retweeted this from the Veve feed. Grails continue to sell on pretty high prices. Spider-Man Miles Morales, mint 92, just sold on Veve for a floor price of $12,000 US, which is not too bad in these markets right now. There are a total listing remaining of 23 Miles Morales Spider-Mans, and I think the floor is going somewhere at $8,000 to $9,000, which is pretty good. So I really like seeing that, because yesterday I have also talked about how the Bored Apes are losing their 100K, or the CryptoPunks losing their 100K US dollar floor. So also their NFTs trickling down. But this is an awesome collectible on the app, and I really like seeing that some of these collectibles are still holding stronger, and I believe there will be a way back on this. Then also, I got MCP. I tweeted that out before. If you're not following me yet, at HodlerPatient on Twitter is also important. I'll just put out more news there. So yesterday I tweeted some news and some stuff around Ecomi, but also on other projects in crypto and regulation and so on. A little bit of my coffee here. I forget to drink the coffee all along. So it was weird to me because I got MCP, so I started off with Platinum 3, and then 10 hours later I got Master. But as you can see here, there wasn't really a change in the points, but then afterwards the points changed, and now I'm back to Platinum 1. So I dropped, and so I think the calculation is still running a little bit wild here. Yeah, but just wanted to show you this, guys. Do you already have MCP? I don't know if you got this already, this view. I think it's pretty cool, but you cannot really do something with it yet, and also your points it feels like they're all over the place. So yeah, that's basically it. So yeah, what else do we have? That one was interesting as well from Twitter. Early stage of a Bitcoin parabola following a 1.5 year correction. And basically that's compared to previous cycles. Here's the current cycle, the previous cycle, and we can see there are a lot of similarities. Basically here we have the complacency phase from the Wall Street cheat sheet also, which overshot here in our current cycle. All super interesting in my opinion. We get back to Veve in a second, just don't leave me here. Super interesting in my opinion that including if you deduct from that cycle the inflation rate, you actually do not have a higher high in that cycle. So that's pretty interesting. And then it's more similar to this one. Then we have the same stages and phases here, a break of the trend line, a retest, and off we go. So that, screen blurry. I hope it comes back with better quality. I hope my Wi-Fi doesn't die on me here. But yeah. What announcement? What are you guys talking? He asked about an announcement. I cannot tell him what it is because there were. I'll go back a quick second because there are some people coming in here right now. So yesterday, Riz was on this guy's channel here, on Jordan Riz channel. Oh, by the way, I'm not following him now. I do. So he was on Jordan Riz channel. And he was just talking about Ecomi. And there are rumors spreading now that okay, I got the Wi-Fi signal now here, that apparently my Wi-Fi is weak. I need to do something about this. So Ecomi Rhys basically was talking a lot about Ecomi and how it all went down and why they have not done any improvements to it right now, and how this works out with technical teams and so on. And somehow there is rumor spreading about an Ecomi announcement, but I don't. Yeah, what led to these rumors is basically, I think it's what led to these rumors. I cannot tell you because I don't know where they are coming from. I can only tell you what I know and what I can figure out about this. So because so maybe we can just check Twitter if we see anything for Ecomi here. So here's the upcoming drop. So just let me open up a new Twitter here. There we go. A new Twitter tab so that I don't lose the other tabs. Let's see what we have with regards to Omi. Is there anything where we know that this rumor comes from? Here to stay. Nope. Nope. There is I saw this yesterday from Veve Viral, pretty funny stuff. Because David, you said in one of the previous podcasts that they didn't sign up for exchanges because they actually forgot to sign the documents and send them over. And Veve Viral is posting that he's ready with DocuSign to help out with that. Omi fathers in disbelief when professional Sona talks, you listen. Okay. What else do we have there? Ecomi homies. After May 2023, users will be able to purchase Marvel comics through Amazon. Yeah, that's probably not an NFT. Telling you guys we're close to Omi bottom. Don't get shaken out. I don't know where this is coming from, by the way. Hey, Hank. Hank, what's up, bro? Long time no talk, except on Twitter. Super duper Hank. Greetings to you. Yeah, long time no talk. We need to talk more. That's for sure. Good to have you here on the stream. I hope it's not too late for you, or I don't know. Actually, do you have even what's your time there? So yeah, I cannot find where this rumor is coming from. At least 20% owe me if you want to be a part of first IP metaverse. Okay, then Hello K is trolling here, by the way, about being paid in OMI. That's not true. Yeah, then there's more OMI FUD, basically. So I don't know where this rumor is coming from. All I can tell you guys is that Randy is buying more, and that the OMI price is having a little rebound here, but nothing. Usually a big turnaround in the market is also coming with a big turnaround in volume. Oh, it's midnight there. That's great. So you still have these minutes here to hang out with me today. I can go for another 15 to 20 minutes here, and we also have the big announcements is just an update on the OUP and MCP. More clarity in the project. That is all. Yeah, I don't give too much on updates for MCP OUP because articles and stuff like that really don't do it anymore for me, because we had so many of them, and I have done some. I will obviously do a whole breakdown as soon as we get it for you guys, but it's just not the thing that knocks me off here of the it doesn't. Yeah, a revised article. So that doesn't do it for me. I don't think that this does it for the Ecomi price. So what you always have to see is, and people always see this, and then they get super excited, just like here, right? So we had before that, actually I have to. So we had a large sell-off and a corrective move, and then we had a little bit of recovery, and yeah, even if technical breakthroughs are here from TA, you have a huge drawdown, and now you have a little spike of recovery, and this could just be a bearish retest before continuing to the downside. Doesn't mean that it is, but well, we don't know. Other than that, big things coming with more mass marketing per El Khan. I hope so. And honestly, I think there are big things in Veve, undeniably. For example, this one. So can I get this bigger here? Yeah. So as you can see here, directed by Ridley. I'm a huge fan of the Alien movie, of the very first one. Directed by Ridley Scott, Alien follows the crew of spacecraft as they investigate what seems to be a distress signal on a nearby planet, only to make a terrifying discovery. We all know that's how it happened in Alien, and the old school Ridley Scott one is a really good one. And now we're getting another poster, but this is an interesting one because it even the poster frame is not only an original frame, as we can see here. These standard frames, it's in the style. So this could be something that interests me. Depends on the price. I might go for this one because I'm a huge fan of Alien. Or if the price is too high, I'd just go for a cheaper one in the secondary market. But yeah, that's what we got here. So we covered that one. We are here for the Ecomi. Okay, so Randy is at 161 million OMI, and now it went away. I don't know why. If the price stays down here until the BTC halving, I'll get 200 million OMI. This guy Randy is out there doing Randy things. The poster has crocodile skin frame. That's nice. I like that alien skin frame in that sense, probably. Let's just see what's going on here a little bit more on Twitter. Okay. Requirement supply, a lot of shilling here on Alum. What is that? Why do I get spammed from these people? Congrats to those that bought the 0.0006 or less, and I'm not sure about that, guys. I will be waiting more to purchase some more OMI. Despite all the negativity and the price plummeting, I still believe that OMI is a powerhouse in the making and will become an essential part of the app and the Weverse, is what Captain Ara says here. Why need I say I'm here to stay? So this must be an old Tabs trade thing. Unfortunately, in StreamYard, I cannot play a video to look together. So in next streams, I will try to get my OBS stuff ready and work a little bit on the layout here. So that's what I have in the future planned as well. We can also look a little bit more. So by the way, this was interesting to me as well. Did you see that, guys? This is the collectible from the Joker that has been brought out a while ago, or no, it was 2 days ago. So the ultra rare actually sold for less than the rare for a time, just because everyone went for the ultra rare and didn't sell out. But they removed the cigar here. The original figure has a cigar in that hand, and they removed the cigar. And then people were like, hey, this is because there are also children on the app. But then on the other hand, they brought out the Punisher. Let me pull that up for you here. So there are some notifications here. Pull that up for you. The Punisher comic has an assault rifle in hand. And Chucky has a knife in his hand, as Justin just pointed out here, which is super weird. So, I mean, yes, could be that with the orientation of to the US or something like that. But in general, yeah, that's just weird to me, because also, by the way, I gambled on this comic and I lost because I got the common. So I just burned like 10 gems or so. As for now, if I wanted to flip, but I'm just holding my common, and that's good. As per DC, yeah, maybe it's related to DC. Veve doesn't support this. Yeah, I think that yeah, I commented that as well, that it has to be a carbon neutral NFT. So that's why there's no cigar. But yeah, honestly, I think basically the worst to get is usually the uncommon, but yet then again, at least the uncommon gives you more of the MCP points, if that's relevant one day. Yeah. So there are some. I mean, if you read the comments now, I almost feel bad for Ecomi and Veve, because people are coming up with like everything negative there. On the other hand, it's somehow deserved also. Yeah, let me just get here on my. Actually, I get here on my profile a little bit, because I had retweeted. So by the way, if you guys missed that, there was a German AMA of Dr. Profit that I have translated for you and brought a whole video. Took me like hundreds of hours, not hundreds, but like 20 hours to put that whole stuff together. So yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, would be good to see it. I'll post when I come on for the morning streams here on my Twitter as well. So make sure you follow @hodlerpatient on Twitter. I also post whenever I see something interesting regarding Bitcoin, crypto, like this one here with the Bored Apes losing their floor. Do Kwon actually doing something good for the community right now in going in his court, filing for a dismissal because of that his coin is not a security, and so on. So yeah, make sure to follow me there. Also, make sure to check out my the rest of my YouTube channel. So I'll be doing more lives also in the evening. Trying to keep up with these morning live streams. I had 2 morning live streams so far. So yeah, guys, if you could do me the favor to smash up the like button right now so that I get a little bit more of the YouTube algorithm engagement there. And yeah, on your way out, if you are not subscribed yet to the channel, please do me the favor and subscribe. And tune in for the next morning coffee. And wherever you are on the world, have yourself a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon, and see you in the next live stream. Was nice talking to you guys. Until tomorrow.